Welcome to CCIM Greater Los Angeles Chapter Monthly Broker Forum. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Linda Lee, and I'm the current chapter president, and I thank all of you for joining us. A little bit about CCIM, in case some of the participants who are on today do not know who we are. The CCIM designation is the gold standard for commercial real estate professionals. We are the leading CRE organization in education, and our reach is global. Our chapter covers 5 counties, and we seek to connect our members through various events that provide opportunities to network and do business. So thank you for joining us again. Let's keep going. So I want to thank all of our sponsors, chapter sponsors. And let's move the slides on. Our platinum sponsor, a CoStar Group. Next slide. RPM Commercial and 10X are our gold sponsors. And thank you to all of our silver sponsors, which you see listed here, many of them. And in particularly today is Green Economy, who we will be is our sponsor highlight for this event. And so I want to pass the mic over to America, and she can introduce herself and talk to us a little bit, give us a 2 to 3 minute introduction on her business. America?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Marika, Green Economy. I'm the founder and CEO of Green Economy. I used to be an accountant before I started my own company. Green Economy's focus is, it's very simple. There are energy disclosure laws out there right now. The city of LA, all buildings over 20,000 square feet. In the state of California, all buildings over 50,000 square feet need to report on their energy and or water use annually. And those are the reports we prepare, and we try and do a really good job so they're accurate, because the city of LA actually has a phase 2 to their ordinance. What's happening in these compliance requirements is that not only are you reporting on your building's current efficiency level, is the city and the state is going to be requiring that you make your building more efficient. Also ESG, if everyone's up on environmental social governance, that reporting is also the same benchmarking reporting that is done for these compliance reports. So if you have any clients or tenants that need to report on their emissions, that is something that we do. And I'm a contractor, so we actually do work in buildings as well, LEDs, solar, EV charging. But we're here to really identify and report on the efficiency of a building. It's similar to a financial statement of a building. And then we can do audits, we can make recommendations on how to increase the efficiency, increase the net operating income, and make the property more valuable. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to our listing presentation. Today we have 10 presenters, 22 listings, and so we're going to hold our questions towards the end so that we can get this through in a timely manner. So I believe our first up is Neil Sherman. Neil, take it away.
Hi, good morning. I hope you can hear me okay. I actually forgot that we were presenting this. This is, I think, from the previous meeting. So let me just get my head around this. I was just on another call. This is what we call Holbrook Plaza. And the reason I think this should be of interest to somebody on the call is because even though it's a tertiary market, it's a small market. If this thing were in Phoenix, it would be, $6 million. But it's in Holbrook, Arizona, which is off the 40, which I think runs from LA or something, at least through Albuquerque, and I think it continues east from there. But again, small market, you've got Tractor Supply, Aaron's, and O'Reilly as what I would call the 3 anchor tenants, 3 national credit tenants. Then you have a little outbuilding just in front of O'Reilly, and that used to be a laundromat and DES, Department of Economic Security. They're both gone. We have a lease out for signature from a new laundromat that I think will be taken. I think it's around 2,600 square feet. That'll leave about 25 or 2,600 vacant. On the other side of the parking lot, we have an outbuilding or a single tenant restaurant that when I first started marketing this property, which was many years ago, this is my third time with this. That was a Mexican restaurant. Now it's a Chinese buffet. I personally think you could, when that lease comes up, you could put a national credit tenant in there or knock it down and rebuild or something. And then if you look at that Tractor Supply to the, that's facing, I think, north, to the west of that is a big box, a big vacancy, which is just around 28,000 square feet that we're also trying to lease. When I first listed this years ago, it was occupied by a company called Alco, A-L-C-O. I'm not even sure if they're still in business, but they closed this location. They were kind of like, I used to call them like a mini Kmart, that kind of stuff. But the real interesting thing, other than the fact that you're looking at like $25 a foot for this property, is that the landlord will finance, if somebody wants to do this, it's not mandatory, they'll finance $1,800,000, 90% of the purchase price, provided that the buyer escrows approximately $10 a foot or $800,000, which you're going to spend anyway. So why not make the seller feel more comfortable carrying 90% of the financing for 5 years and look at that interest rate? So why not make them feel more comfortable by just escrowing that money, your own money, that you're going to put into the property anyway? When you're done spending that money, you'll be into this property for like, $35 a foot or less with some significant improvements. I mean, 800,000 can go to things like painting the property, parking lot, roofs, TIs for the vacant space. You could do a lot with 800,000, leasing commissions, all of that would count. If you don't spend that money, whatever you don't spend in 12 months would be applied to the loan balance. So, if you spent 500,000, then the 300,000 goes to pay the loan down to $1.5 million. So why not spend it, right? You're going to spend it anyway. So I think it's a really interesting deal. This is owned by a gentleman in the Midwest I've known for 20 plus years, maybe 25 years. He owns literally, I'm not kidding, thousands of apartment units in the Midwest. He's probably one of the largest multifamily owners in places like Oklahoma, Kansas, North Texas. That's really his preferred markets. Thousands of units. He's been involved in this property since his partner built it many, many years ago, but he was supposed to be a silent partner until the partner basically bailed out and left him holding the deed to the property. So he's been kind of I don't want to say a don't wanter, but I'd say that probably fits. He's done as little as possible. It's amazing he got 3 national credit tenants in there, but he almost never comes out to the property. I don't think he's physically seen it in years since they manage thousands of apartments. It's not that difficult for them to manage this internally and lease it internally. But this needs to be bought by somebody who's going to be more hands-on and can take a $25 a foot property and turn it into, a $50, $60, $80 a foot property. I'm not saying it's going to be $150 or $200 or $300 like you see in Southern California, but I think there's a significant amount of money to be made here. Anyway, you can call me. There's my phone number. There's my email address. If you want the flyer basically calls this seller financing the pre-approved deal structure. And I'm happy to send that to you. I'm happy to send you the link. We're doing this for everybody, which is unusual. Instead of giving you a big offering memorandum or all kinds of due diligence items, we'll just give you the Google Drive to everything we have, leases and everything. You can look at it, share it with your client. If you're interested, great. If you're not, then delete it, I guess. But we've just decided to just open the kimono, so to speak, to everybody and give you everything we've got. So thank you very much. I'll mute back out.
Thank you, Neil. I think you have another listing, Neil. Do you want to talk about this one? Phoenix, Arizona?
Hold on. All right. Yes, my apologies. So this is a really interesting deal. It's just about well, it says it right there, 41,572 square feet, sitting on 124,000, almost 125,000 square feet of ground. There's three different potential plays here, and that's been evidenced by the activity we've been seeing from buyers and brokers. Number one is just keeping an office building, which you could do. The current owner is really a very hands-off owner, never hired a management company, never hired a leasing agent. He's been doing it all himself from Las Vegas and doing a horrible job, which he'll admit to himself. It's only about 25% leased, if that. Most of the rest of the building is vacant. All of the tenants that he and his daughter have put in there since they bought it almost 3 years ago have left. So what he's left with is what they inherited when they bought the property, which is about 5 tenants. One is a major tenant in the behavioral health space that has about 8,500 square feet out of the 41. And then you only have maybe another few thousand square feet leased by the rest of the tenants. A CPA, I think, an attorney, another behavioral health. So one of the plays is bring it back to an office building. The other is, what's very popular is converting office buildings, especially exterior loaded buildings like this, to multifamily. You could easily do that with this property. Most of it's 2-story, but the building in the sort of the left side, right in front of the vacant parcel that says not a part, that's a 1-story building. So you could convert this to apartments. Or the third play is knock the whole thing down. You'd be into it for, under $24 a foot, and the city would roll out the red carpet to allow you to build multifamily. There's multifamily right next door. There are either multifamily conversions or ground up multifamily projects going on all over this area. Another thing is light rail is being finished right in front of the building, right where you see that compass rose on the bottom right-hand corner. That's Dunlap. The light rail is going all the way down there. It'll go to Metro Center, where they're spending $1.5 billion redeveloping what used to be 1,200,000 square foot mall. A lot of those around the country are being redeveloped. Metro Center, they're spending about $1.5 billion. Light rail is in the process of going right past the building. It'll be open in the next couple of months. That's also a bus line. It's a great intersection. This would make a great apartment redevelopment project, or like I said, keep it as an office building, fix it up. And even as bad as the office building market is right now, these are mostly small spaces. And I think that you could lease this back up. I think this thing could be 85% or better in the next year and a half. Last thing, and I'll mute back out. The seller is willing to finance this. He owes $1 million. And if somebody pays off that $1 million plus a little bit more, so we're saying roughly 40% down, he'll finance it for 5-10 years or longer, because he'll own it free and clear, and he'll be able to do that. He looks at it as kind of an annuity that he can, keep till he's gone and then leave to his kids, who are, not really kids. They're probably in their 40s right now. So you'd be hard pressed to find a deal like this anywhere in the Phoenix area. $70 a foot for existing office, $24 a foot for multifamily land, and a seller who's willing to carry for 5-10 years or longer. You could push the envelope and ask for 15 or 20 years. He might just do that. There's I hope a decent fee in there for the procuring broker, 2.5. The total fee's $5. We split all fees 50-50. If you want any more information on that, there again is my direct line and my email address, and I will mute back out.
Thanks, Neil. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. And the next presenter is Linda, and she has 3 listings to present. Take it away, Linda.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. The first property I'm presenting is located in Old Town Monrovia. And it's a commercial building that has retail on the bottom and offices above. And it is possible for a 51% owner user. It has about almost 16,000 square feet available for an owner user, which includes a retail space on the bottom, which can also be used as office. It's currently a medical office and an upstairs office space as well. The zoning here, the great thing about this property is that it has PD5 zoning, which allows many different types of uses, including office, retail, restaurant, medical. So quite many uses that can go into this property. The price is $8.625 million. The building is just under 30,000 square feet. The buyer side fee is 2%. And if you would like more information, I would be happy to send you the OM, which includes the rent roll and additional information. And my phone number and email is there in the snapshot, but I will also put it in the chat. My next property is a church also located in Monrovia. This is an owner user. It would be delivered vacant at close of escrow. The building is about 2,500 square feet and set up for a church. However, the zoning, if you do not continue to use it as a church, it does default back to multifamily. The church use is grandfathered in. There's a CUP and it can be continued. However, if not, it reverts to multifamily medium density zoning. Set up for a church with a sanctuary, offices, restrooms, full kitchen, has a parking lot. The price is $950,000 and the buyer side fee is 2.5%. And the next property I have, which I have not presented before, is a 5-unit multifamily property in South Pasadena. Great location on Fair Oaks Avenue, and it is fully leased. The price is $2.5 million. The cap rate is a little low. However, to sweeten the deal, the owner would do up to 50% seller financing for 5 to 10 years. So that can help, help someone there with making the financing a little bit more advantageous than what may be available on the market currently. There is a little flexibility here, but great property. The units have been remodeled. It's in excellent condition. South Pasadena Schools, which is a premier school district. This is really ideal for maybe someone who wants to occupy one unit for themselves to take advantage of the school district. So that could be a great opportunity there. It's been, as I said, it's been upgraded over the years. If you want the OM, again, my phone number and email are there. I will put it in the chat and I will be happy to share those. And thank you again for having me.
Thank you, Linda. Our next presenter is Elin, and with one listing. Go ahead, Elin.
All right, good morning, everyone. This is Elon Kermani speaking, City Street Commercial. So this specific commercial condo unit historically has been a restaurant for about 20 years. There was a long run by former operator, Pitfire Pizza, that has multiple units, and they were there for about 13 years. Owner user came and purchased the unit, and over the years they had one tenant, and they were a COVID casualty, and so now we have it on the market. We started off at 2.695. Now we're down to 1.695 on the pricing. So they're certainly motivated, as you can see. The unit did appraise during COVID for a refi for approximately 2.3 million. That's what they bought it for. And they want to use the proceeds for another restaurant project. Perfect for an owner user, perfect for an investment. Sit on the property for a few years, and even leasing it out at $10,000 a month, triple net, you're going to yield a cap rate of 7 or better. So there is one offer on the table. So with current negotiations, so if someone is interested, please act fast. We can get you access. We have keys, so please let us know. All my information is in the slide. My cell phone is the second number, so please feel free to reach out.
Great. Thank you, Elon. Leo. Leo has one listing to present. Go ahead, Leo.
Okay, thank you. This is a industrial warehouse listing. The location is in the center of Inland Empire, next to Ontario City. Close to freeway is a 15 and 91 freeway. Currently has 2 tenants occupied, 100% occupied. So the so here's it is a 4.5 cap. Actually, we are able to do 5 cap with some reimbursement for the rent from the seller. So as from the buyer side is 5%, 5% okay return if you know put all cash. So the current tenant they do have a lease until January 2026. So there is 2 years. After that, one of the tenant has the option to renew. So basically, this is a investment opportunity. If you're a buyer, investor, do you want to looking for industrial property to buy and hold for a cash flow for a long-term appreciation? This is the one. You may contact me directly. So for the financing, seller may consider to carry. Okay, I will see. With this property is 2 loading docks, high doors. There is a fence, private fence. There is a 6 to 8 trailer parking space. Okay, so that's the information. If you have further questions, you may contact me. The buy side commission. So here is a $219,000 based on this price. So welcome. Possibly we could make a deal. Thank you so much.
Question for you, Leo. What is the motivation for selling?
It's motivated. The seller is a real estate developer. They do have a deal. I mean, a land deal. So they already got the land deal, and they want to get some money to continue that development. That's why they want to sell this deal.
Okay, good deal. Thank you so much. And our next presenter is Matthew May with 3 listings and some large numbers there, Matthew. Go ahead, please get started. Take it away. Is Matthew on? Matthew, are you on? I don't see him on right now. So let's move on to the next presenter, and we'll come back to Matthew's in a little bit. Matthew Sullivan. And Matthew Sullivan also has 3 listings. Matthew, are you there? Are you able to
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, I just had to unmute myself. So this is a property that presented before. It's 10 units in Santa Monica. It's lender owned. Its lender is Pure Street Funding. They foreclosed on it about 4 months ago. It was under contract when after I presented it last time. So it's back on the market. It's probably deliverable in the low $4 million range. So the $4,750,000, I would, that's just the original price because the loan was like $4.5 million on it. So it is a deal. It's right. I'd say it's right up near the corner of California and 5th Street, and so it's 2 blocks north of Wilshire. It's a prime area in Santa Monica. It's 10 units, all 1 bedrooms, 2 of which are vacant, and they've been remodeled. It's easy to show. We can, and the seller is motivated. They want to get the deal off the books by year end. So the seller will not provide financing, so it has to be an all cash or cash new loan deal. Next property, please.
Sorry, what's the cap rate on that one?
Oh,
Let me see
the
it.
cap rate is as is cap rate is 4.1,
Got it.
and it's deliverable by in the high mid fours.
Got it. Thank you.
Next one is, okay, so this is the full disclosure. This is a property that I own in Upland. It's and it's in downtown Upland. It's across the street from, if you can see the San Bernardino line in the bottom of the picture, the Amtrak station Upland in downtown. So it's part of the Upland, downtown Upland specific plan. You can do by right 53 units on this property. But if you want to go like affordable, you can get all the TOC upgrades and do 88 there. I'll allow enough time for, it's not entitled, so it's not RTI, but I'll allow enough time for a buyer to do such. So it's really downtown Upland. It's surrounded by commercial properties. It's an area. It's Upland, downtown Upland, sleepy area. It's nothing compared to, like, let's say Claremont, so which is a vibrant area because of the demographics. But this is, I think, it's more self-inflicted wounds from the city not getting their act together to do the revitalization of downtown Upland. So, and then I think there's a brand new apartment. There's a bunch of brand new apartment buildings and condos going up around it. So it is it could be 88 units, let's say senior housing, or possibly 53 just market rate housing. So either way, I have a full package on it, and I'm always motivated to sell. So because it is land, doesn't make me any money right now. So and I'll also my partner and I are also open to doing joint ventures. So with a contractor developer. So either way, we'll pay a fee to whoever the procuring broker is. Any questions? Next slide.
Sorry, do you have a price guidance on that one?
Yeah, it's going to be, I'm going to say, do I have it as unlisted? I think it's going to, like 2.4
okay.
is what we'll take. So this is a shopping center I sold in the Vaughn Shopping Center on the corner of Bear Valley and Hesperia. And this is, I've already sold the major part of the shopping center in 2022, but the seller retained this piece of land. I'm not sure why, but maybe the buyer didn't want it. I can't remember. But it's on a signalized corner, and it could be a lot of different uses, but it's got a lot of land. So there are some restrictions because of Vons. So Vons doesn't want people selling other groceries or anything grocery related or alcohol. So it couldn't be like a gas station unless it was Vons, but Vons doesn't want to do a gas station there. And this one, the seller's fairly motivated on, and will allow enough time for somebody to get the permits that they need. So it could be an owner-user buying it, or a developer that has a tenant, a build-to-suit developer has a tenant in tow. Either way, we want to get it sold too. We're going to get under contract this year, so I know it's going to be a longer-term escrow. But yeah, these are the three that I have. I'm still getting a lot of REO listings, but I've been dealing with those lately. So this is the three remaining deals that we need to get off the books by year end. At least have this one under contract by year end. Right. If you have any questions, or just reach out to me. I'll send you the full OMs. I have all the OMs on these.
Thank you so much. Okay, our next presenter is Lynn, and Lynn has one listing to present. Lynn?
Good morning, everyone. This is my first time here, so happy to be here. Been CCIM designee since 2012, but I don't know why it took me so long to join. This is actually a fun broker forum. Right. And I get to see Linda here, who we in San Dimas, so I'm very happy to see CCIM folks that I've done deal with. And so this building is on the main Haven Avenue, Rancho Cucamonga. It is currently 100% vacant. So it will be definitely a really good owner user opportunity. The building was built in 2006, so fairly new for this current market. On the main Haven Avenue with Rancho, there are only a few streets you want to be in. And we do have a few interest party, medical group, interested in the building. And we have the building right now listed for sale or for leased. And I also talked to a mortgage broker yesterday for with the SBN loan would be a great fit for this building, especially if there's medical group. I heard that right now there is special program with the SBN loan. So I'm still digging into that because I do have somebody interested, but they only need half of a building. Currently, the building was owned and occupied by property developer in the past. Insides are just tons of window line, fully furnished with nice office furniture. A number of private offices are all glass, so it's more modern finishes in this building. Over 20,000 square foot. Each floor plate is about 10,000 square feet. And the ownership also have remeasured the building and create a demising plan to have 3 separate smaller tenants on the first floor and 4 smaller tenants on the second floor. But we have not done any construction yet. We're looking for prospective tenants and buyers to move forward with the plan. If you have any question, feel free to give me a call. We also do have a number of lease listing in the area, and occupancy is really good in this current market. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and our next presenter is Rubik. Rubik, welcome back.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is a property at the corner. It's got 2 restaurants situated on it. The owner bought it to put a car wash and then changed his mind and had some issues with the city, but it's a prime corner en route from the 710 on and off ramps to Atlantic and Fremont. So there's a lot of traffic, about 40,000 cars a daily pass by. Great signage, 190 feet of frontage. He's flexible in the price. Tenants have been there a long time. They want a long-term lease, but he basically keeps them on a month-to-month. For a developer, we've had a number of parties approach to put a drive-through fast food or other retailers. Price, I think he'll do a deal just under 2.5, and it's a great corner with good frontage, 190 feet of frontage. Fees is, I believe, 2.5%. No, I'm sorry, 2%. That's about it on this one. Wilcox, this is a single lot the owner bought, put the plans on for 15 units. However, the city of LA has changed guidelines, and you can basically take the same building and add a floor on it and make it into 24 units if it goes 100% affordable. So currently there are plans on it for 15 units, ready to issue with 3 affordable. However, you can change it in a very short period of time. City planning and building are kind of obligated under the mayor's executive orders to expedited approval in 6 months to get you a approval and a permit ready project. And with that said, again, you can add another floor, incentives, reduce a lot of setbacks, and no parking, go up to 24 units. So let me repeat again. 15 units can be switched to 24 units with no parking required, with a floor added. And so basically when you run the pro forma on these affordable units, 100% affordable, the best formula on it is 80% affordable, low income, 20% moderate. The rents are about $4 a square foot. So it becomes very attractive project.
What is the pricing guidance? Rubik, what's the pricing guidance? Because I see it, submit offers. It doesn't.
About a 1.5, 1.6 million.
Right.
Owner bought it at 2 million. He's in it about 2.5, 2.6. He's, having a hard time because he has too many projects, secure financings. We've told him to unload a few of the projects so he can get financing. That's his dilemma.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. This is an office building in the East Pasadena Hastings Ranch area, close to the Madre on and off ramp. There's several apartment projects that have been developed, one being developed by the owners of Panda Express restaurant chain. So this is an office building with 575 feet of frontage. It's at 90% occupancy, and it's very easy to lease. The only issue we have with the tenants is when we put in a lease termination clause after 3 or 4 years, they kind of are reluctant. Otherwise, building was 98% leased. We lost a couple tenants due to COVID end of the 2022, but the leasing has been very robust. So it's back to 92-3% again. Price guidance is about 12.5, close to 13 million. The advantage with this property is you can buy it, operate it as an office building. However, under the city's guidelines, you can do a multifamily project, taking the state density bonus. Under the zoning, you can do 104 or 5 units. With density bonus, you can up it another 35 or 50%. So maximum 150 some plus units. You can do it in phases under the city's design development guidance. So you can split the property in 4, 3, 5 parts. We have a feasibility study done on it. So it's a great apartment or a condo project or a townhome project while you operate it as an office building or keep it as an office. So the couple of different approaches you can do. We've had about 6 or 7 offers on it, all for redeveloping it. Ownership doesn't want to give the time. It will take about 3 to 4 years to pull a permit in city of Pasadena. So you operate the office building with lease termination. Majority of the tenants have it, except one, and you redevelop it. Given the way the building is laid out, it's got an east and west wing and parking structure, so you can develop the west side without interfering with the parking and operation of the other tenants in the east wing. Fee is 2% on it. I made the mistake, it says 1%. Any questions?
Thank you, Rubik. Okay, Matthew May has rejoined us, but Matthew is driving. So let's jump back to Matthew's listings real quick. The slides, can you please rewind, JV? Okay. Matthew, are you on? Are you able to connect? We can't hear you right
Yep.
now. Okay, perfect.
I'm here. Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Your first
Thanks.
listing, I think you have 3 today. Agura Gateway Center.
So Agura Gateway Center is a 118,000 square foot multi-tenant retail center in Agora Hills, just half a block from the Trader Joe's Anchored Center. The value proposition for this property, it's 118,000 feet on 6.7 acres. It's parked at 2.5 per thousand, which works for the city, but based on the current uses, we're over parked. It is 88% leased. The main anchor tenant is Ethan Allen. Then there's patio store, audio video center. All the tenants that are there have executed either lease extensions or new leases. So it's very stable from that standpoint. It's asking 34 million. It's going to trade in the low 30s, close to a 7 cap with some vacancies. And you've got the largest tenant has 37,000 square feet, but they're paying on average of $1.25 a square foot. for this one. So lots of great real estate, below replacement cost, stable tenancy with some upside.
Wonderful. Next.
ADT, this is a flex building in Sacramento. Clean business park, end cap position. Across the street are some nice townhomes, a park on the other side of it. ADT, it's a regional sales office. They've been there for 10 years. They executed a 5-year extension. Asking $2,750,000, just a clean 1031 type buyer for it. We've reduced the price to $2,750,000.
Got it.
Third one, phenomenal real estate, jewel box property, Old Town Pasadena on Colorado, right next to Apple. J. Crew had a 12,000 square foot store across the street. They've downsized, moved in here. Their sales have they brought the sales over from the old store, plus picked up additional sales because of their proximity to Apple. Properties on the market for $11,700,000, about a 5.5 cap. It's just for the long-term generational real estate, the benefits of this building versus competition in the area, couplefold. One, this building is not deemed historic, which means the facade can be changed. Also, there's a parking easement for 10 spaces, which will allow a developer down the road, if they wish to, you could actually add another floor to the building. Also, it's 30-foot wide lot versus the majority of the properties are 20-foot wide. So just jewel box generational real estate.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Matthew.
You're welcome.
Let's move the slides forward to Caleb's listings.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Should be pretty short. I've talked about this in months past. Just wanted to bring it back up because we just got a pretty healthy price reduction approved. We were at 5.9 and now we're down to 5.5. The property itself is in the top right corner there. It's about 70 feet of frontage on Hollywood Boulevard. It's currently a 2-unit street retail building, a little over 9,000 square feet of building area. It's a trust sale. The seller will close the business that's currently in that left unit is the Supply Sergeant. You can see the interior in the bottom right there, Army surplus store. It will be closed and the inventory liquidated to be deliverable vacant. Might take some time to do that, but what you're left with is great owner user opportunity, 70 feet of frontage on Hollywood Boulevard, just under $600 a square foot. I think the ideal buyer is that owner user, but I will say we have our sign up on the right side, which is currently completely vacant as of now. We get plenty of calls for people who want to lease that building. I'm sure someone could occupy half and lease the other fairly quickly, but pretty straightforward. That's really all there is to it. Nice Hollywood Boulevard frontage for sale, $5.5 million. Buy side fee is $2.25. Please reach out with any questions or interest.
Thank you, Caleb. And then our last presenter today is Bentley McKean. Bentley. Bentley has 2 listings.
Hello all, happy Wednesday. So the first one we're going to go over is in Simi Valley. This is in Eastern Simi Valley. There's not a lot of properties available. About half the property is occupied by the seller. He would be willing to move out. It has newly renovated offices. It's in a really great location. Once you get into Ventura County, you avoid a lot of additional taxes that you get in LA County. And it's really not that much further. You know, if you're going to be going on the 118, driving into Chatsworth, it's going to take just as much time to go through all the lights as it would be to get to the east end of Simi. So that's really the type of target that the buyer that we're targeting on that one. Okay, and so we are, this is first looks. We haven't presented this one to anybody. But this is a portfolio of industrial properties that we're bringing to market in Santa Paula. It's in central Ventura County. You know, these are all pretty state-of-the-art buildings. They were either renovated or built within the last 7 years. You know, good clear heights, excess yard. The properties are going to be available separately. And I think there's another slide that kind of goes about the breakdown. Let's see. I think there's another slide there. Okay, yeah, so here's the breakdown. The only one that was renovated was 1645. You know, they built it out pretty much for their sales force. It has a commercial spray booth and a sandblaster. It's about 45% office, but this would be really great for somebody that's doing heavy manufacturing. They need a big yard. 1755, built in 2019. This one has about 3.5 acres right there on the freeway. So, you know, you got freeway frontage, a newer building, and at a pretty good price per foot. And Dev Court, also built in 2016. This one is metal, but you know, it's new, so it's going to hold up. Yeah, I mean, this one only has I think about 3 columns across, so you got a clear open warehouse there, and the lot's not as big, but you know, it's made for distribution and warehousing. Yep, and then here's the whole breakdown. Buy side is 2%. You know, if they buy one of them or they buy all 3, you know, we'd definitely be able to get a better deal for the portfolio, or if the Lemonwood ones went together. And that's pretty much it. I can post the website in the chat if anybody is interested in downloading the OM.
Thank you. Sorry, we missed one listing from Rubik. So let's rewind, go back to one of the previous slides that we missed. Sorry, Rubik.
All right, no big deal. This is a prime commercial corner, North Hollywood, corner of Moore Park and Vineland. We have a very difficult seller, travels a lot, has received a lot of offers. We give him our suggestions. Asking is 3.9. He's willing to take it pricing around 3.5, give and take. He has plans on a 31 unit condo project. However, the project can easily change to 44 units apartment or even greater for affordable project. Fee is 2%. We think it's a great commercial corner for retail or owner user. That's about it.
Thank you, Rubik. And I think let's move forward. Thank you, everybody, for participating today, for presenting, and for coming online to listen and see what opportunities there are for your clients. Moving on to our list of our next chapter events coming up. We have a webinar coming up on September 22nd. You don't want to miss this one if you haven't participated. It is an introduction to a fiduciary's role. Our chapter has endeavored to tap into the world of fiduciaries and working with fiduciaries. So you'll want to sort of, get some idea of what that looks like if you're not already working with fiduciaries. And then our next one is working with fiduciaries online ward course is an actual course that you have to sign up for, and it's a 2-hour class in October. What are our next ones? Some other things are coming up. We have some scholarships this year. We have 7 scholarships to pass out for people who have not completed all of their CI courses. Please submit. They range from $1,000 to $1,500 per scholarship. You'll want to take advantage of that to complete your CI courses if you don't have it already, or would just like to continue your education. We have a couple of important events coming up. Our Carmela Ma is our founder of our chapter and one of the longtime instructors for CCIM nationally and globally. And we are honoring her retirement with a black tie dinner and dance event at the Marina del Rey Marriott at the end of October. We'd love to have you join us. Some of you may have already had her teach you at one of your CI courses. So she's fantastic, a fantastic lady. Next event. And then our next in-person or Zoom Brokers Forum is October 18th. Please join us again. If you have some new listings to present, or if you'd just like to come back and reiterate some of your existing listings. And that's it for us. And once again, we thank our sponsors, and we thank everyone for presenting and participating today. For questions, let us know if you have any questions, or I hope everybody has received or has the contact information for all the presenters today. So if you have any questions, please reach out to them directly, or if there's anything you want to discuss now live, please type in your questions. I don't see anybody typing anything, so we'll move on. And thank you all. So we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.